Oppo A7 is the latest budget smartphone from Oppo. It costs around 39,500 rupees and this is a super interesting device. So let's get started. One thing that I really like about this phone is the front panel. It just looks fantastic. The bezels are really small and on the top there's a teardrop notch. In my opinion, the teardrop notch is the best implementation of having a notch. It holds in all the necessary components and it's small enough that it doesn't become a problem. So I'm really happy that you get this modern teardrop style in this price. Overall, the front panel of this phone makes it look like a high-end phone. The rest of the phone is made of plastic. The back is this very shiny, very reflective piece of plastic that feels like glass. It's also textured, and even though it is plastic, it does feel sturdy and actually good in the hand. As I always say, I do prefer metal or glass over plastic. But as this is a budget device, I can understand why they will go for plastic instead. In the end, the front panel is the most attractive thing about the phone. I think the teardrop notch looks damn amazing. As a guy who likes aesthetics and really cares about how the phone looks, I can't be happier, which is why I will give this phone a solid rating in build quality. When it comes to the performance, this phone is packing a Snapdragon 450 with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. I'm really happy with the storage options and the RAM capacity, but I'm not happy at all with the Snapdragon 450. I think they should have at least included a Snapdragon 635. That processor is just much better. The Snapdragon 450 isn't bad, but there is quite a lot of lag. Scrolling lags, browser lags, pretty much anything that's a little bit extensive on the processor ends up lagging. I have explained with the Oppo A7 why I don't like their UI, and since then, not really much has changed. I still can't use any of my accessibility apps or change the developer settings without an annoying notification. I still can't swipe away the notification like a normal person, and most importantly, the gestures are not as fluid as other phones. So overall, as you can tell, I'm not really happy with the raw performance, but I am happy with the performance of the sensors on this phone. The face unlock and the fingerprint sensor are both really fast, and the battery life on this phone is hands down the best battery I have ever used on any phone. It's a 40 to 30 mAh battery that I was able to last up to 3 days. It's crazy how good the battery life is, but there's no fast charging. Once you charge the phone, you're literally good to go for like the next 3 days. So I don't really mind not having fast charging. So in the end, I love the battery life, I really like the fingerprint sensor and the face unlock, but I don't really like the skin or the performance of the processor. So I'm very mixed on the performance. I think they should have at least gone with a Snapdragon 635. That would have made a huge difference. The phone has a 6.2 inches display, and I've already mentioned that I love how the front panel looks. But unfortunately the display is only 720p. It is a decent display and the colors are vivid, but the display is just missing the clarity that I expect from a phone of this price. It's not really crisp, and you can easily notice that in the phone. The only good thing I can say about the display is that having a 720 helps in increasing the battery life, because it doesn't require that much power. But it's not something I would like to use today. So overall, the colors look really good, but I'm let down by the resolution. It's not crisp and clear, and I can't recommend the display of this phone. Apart from the front panel and the battery, the camera is something that I really enjoyed in this phone. I was surprised by how good the camera is. There's a 13 megapixel main lens with a 2 megapixel depth sensor in the back, and in the front there's a 16 megapixel camera. Both of the cameras take really good photos, and the portrait mode is also really good. I don't have much complaints with the camera. As this is a budget phone, the camera is actually fantastic. The photos look crisp with great color and great depth. So the camera is one of the highlights of the phone. And if you are looking for a phone with a good camera, then I can recommend this phone. This has been a very interesting phone for me to use. There are some aspects that I completely love. The battery is the best I've ever used. The fingerprint sensor and the face unlock performance is really good, the camera is fantastic, the build quality is sturdy, and the front panel looks amazing. But then there are some aspects that I don't really like at all. The performance and the Oppo skin are not really good, and the display is only 720p. Overall, if you are someone who cares about specs and performance, then I don't think you will be happy with this phone. But if you are someone who cares about style, who wants a phone that pulls people's attention, and a phone that looks absolutely amazing, then you will be happy with this phone.